Well, I think you nailed it. We all have our why. And so my why goes back to the fact that unfortunately I'm a divorce survivor myself. And when I went through my divorce at the time, I'd worked at one of the largest banks here in Florida, what was SunTrust, now it's Truist.
Right.
And so when it came to the marital home and the questions that I had, there were very little answers for the questions that I had. And I had a lot of resources. And so fast forward about 5 years ago when I'd heard about, this divorce mortgage planning. I said, and I just said, what did you just say? And this gentleman said, so-and-so in Tennessee was talking about divorce mortgage planning. And that led me to a woman by the name of Jody Bruns. And I love to tell the story. Gerald, I didn't know this until last year, but it wasn't until 1974 that women in this country could open up either a bank account or get a line of credit without a man cosign. It was 1974 when it changed. And I'm 55, so I was raised in the 70s. And I'll never forget going to the equivalent of like a Macy's with my mom one time, and there was some sort of a special, hey, you open up a credit card, you get a discount on your purchase. Dad was the money earner. Mom was the caregiver for my sisters and me. So she applied for it, and the person behind the counter said, oh, that's your husband's money, not your money. You're not going to qualify.
Yeah.
Wrong woman to say that to.
Right.
Well, shortly thereafter, she did get herself a credit card. It was an Amoco, remember Amoco gas station? She got an Amoco gas card. I didn't realize the significance of it at the time. And it was actually about 4 years later in July of 1978 when a group of women, actually the leader of that group is a woman named Carol Green. And Carol Green with 7 other women said, you know what? Shame on the banking industry. They're only serving half the population, which is men. So we're going to create our own solution. So they created the first women's bank, and they opened up their first women's bank. It was called the Women's Bank, downtown Denver. When they opened up their doors, there was a line down the street and over $1 million, which is the equivalent of $5 million today, was deposited. So I share that story because it really kind of correlates with our story. And that was a woman by the name of Jody Bruns going through her divorce in 2000, mortgage originator, accounting professional by background. And she realized shame on the mortgage industry because we're trained to help the couple when they purchase the marital home.
Right.
But it's this journey of a divorcing homeowner could not be more opposite when they bought the marital home. So she said, you know what? I'm going to be the solution. So she created the Divorce Lending Association. And with that, a curriculum where loan officers all across the country, if they choose to do it, they can go through and earn that certified divorce lending professional designation. And she's literally not only changed the trajectory of my professional career, but my life. Because for the first time in my career, I know I'm having a positive impact on divorcing homeowners, avoiding some of the many common pitfalls that they otherwise just unfortunately aren't going to learn from their traditional mortgage originator.